Yeah.
What is up, guys? Team Woodbench here, and this is gonna be our friend Joey's his deck profile for Chaos Messiah. Very interesting. Something I didn't think to expect to make it this far because I thought he would deck out before he would make it far.
No deck outs.
But him and his team did they top. But Joey did the grunt of the work.
Yeah, I guess I carried a bit.
He went 6-1.
I went 6-1
since it took out round 8 for some godforsaken reason.
Yeah, that's a controversy.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. It was just an awful event.
Yes. But I mean, I still top 8'd, so it's fine. I'm happy for that. We scrubbed out first round top 8, so it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. But it's still top 8 and still.
But if it was best 2 out of 3 in round,
no, it's not top. Yeah,
it should have been best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, it was best.
It's always been best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, but top 8 for this because of the controversy that happened. It was just best of 1, top 8. So that really
in round 8 because if there was a round 8, there shouldn't have been double elimination.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, whatever. Anyways, this is my Chaos Breaker Messiah build. So I'll just go over the strides first. First, I run 4 of these guys. 4 Chaos Universe. This card is
he's a boy.
Pretty bonkers. When he was first released, people weren't too high on him because they thought his skill wasn't that great from what I saw with my friends. But his skill is really good. His skill is Counterblast 1. Your opponent takes a card from their hand, puts it in a designated spot on the field for you to lock. And it stays locked there. So your opponent minuses a card, and you get a
lock.
Yeah, you get a lock something. It also helps solve the main weakness of Link Joker decks, where if your opponent plays nothing, you force them to put a card down and lock. So that's also really good, and it also really synergizes with Chaos Breaker when you pop something, like when you pop a front row. So this really helps. Definitely 4 of. Before I was playing only 2 and running Nebula Crunch at 2 as well, but this is just so much better in like 99% of the instances.
Alright.
So that's why I run him. Next, I run. It gets a little pricey here.
Here comes $300.
I run 3 Amnesty. He's just really good, not only for counter Link Joker matchups, but with my deck, he really synergizes with Arrestor and Sacrifice Messiah. Yeah. And he's just a really big beater, as well as helping win the Link Joker matchup. So
yeah, he does.
He's really good. Obviously his skill is Counterblast 1. Unlock however many units you want. If 3 or more are unlocked, it swings for a crit, and for each 1 is unlocked, it gets 3k. So it's the offensive power. Well,
Link Joker.
Chaos Breaker is the defensive power. So that's why I chose to run him. And then I run 1 Exelix.
You only need 1.
Yeah, because usually in games I'll go Chaos Universe, Amnesty, and then Exelix, and then even if it goes that long, 1 Amnesty left will just kill him. This usually
kills him.
My first Amnesty actually usually kills him. I only went to this once in tournaments, but it made it it obviously killed them. If they survive this, then I have another crit afterwards, so it's quite good. This skill is it's like Amnesty, where it unlocks everything, except this one it doesn't give power to itself. It gives powers to the rearguards that unlocks.
And the opponent's rearguards are retired.
Yeah, so it's also sort of like Chaos Breaker.
Yeah.
So that's what's really good. But again, this deck's really hard to make because everything's really expensive. So don't. It took me like a while over time to make it because I just had the cards.
Yeah.
Next, our grade 3 lineup, obviously, 4 Chaos Breakers. He's the one you always want first.
You want to ride him first at every game.
Yeah, if you could. Chaos Bringer is also a good first turn thing, but this is it helps you gain advantage and keeps your opponent it prolongs the game for you. And against rearguard dependent decks, it just beats down. It also has an axe skill before Limit Break where you counterblast 1, pitch a Star Vader, and unlock something. And it's Limit Break's the advantage one where when they unlock, you Soul Blast 1, retire 1, and then draw a card as well. So he's just all around very, very, very good.
He's been good since set 13.
Yeah.
Always been good.
Well, not always, because people don't play him. Like in Legion format, they didn't play him too much. But he's still very, very
Legion
good.
format was really bad for Link Joker. Anyways.
Absolutely. Next, 2 Chaos Bringer. This is literally, I just play this when I don't have Chaos Breaker. He's a Chaos. He helps you get Chaos Breaker. He helps you, like his Limit Break skill is when your opponent has 2 lock cards. You during their main phase, you just search for a Chaos Breaker and ride him. So he locks, and if you have the right setup, you can then call him out, and it's an extra soul for Chaos Breaker. So he's pretty much the Chaos Breaker when you don't have Chaos Breaker.
Yeah.
And he also has an on-ride skill, which is very, very good.
Yeah, he gets a lock a card.
Yeah, we'll lock a back row. But that's enough because I run...
That's good early game in case they want to be stupid, stay at grade 2, and you just kill their back row.
Absolutely. And then I play two of these guys. Alter Ego. This is the...
I'm surprised you play only 2. I thought you would play at least 3.
No, because I only want to get them late game. And so my goal for this deck was to Chaos Universe. But then afterwards, I only want to ride this, not for the name, because I can just stride into the name, but I want it for his GB2 skill, to continue to get advantage.
Yeah,
and
draw a card, draw more cards.
Yeah, because when I ride him, I have like a lot of soul. I at least have 1 soul from the Chaos Breaker, and plus all the non-starvators that are in my soul, I can then use them to continuously draw. And its GB skill is when anything's unlocked. Yeah. So even when my units are unlocked,
that's the one good thing about him over Chaos Breaker. His Chaos Breaker has to be a starvator, but he gets to retire. So
yeah. No. Well, the main thing is, I'll leave the booster behind my Vanguard locked still, so then when it unlocks, I just draw a card at the end of turn when I have this.
Yep.
Again, I only want like 2 of him. I only ride him after Chaos Breaker, after I use my Chaos Universes twice. The one time I lost, it was because I got this first against Sanctuary Guard. So he stayed at 2, and I was just boned. So that was my 1 loss, but still, he wins me more games than he loses. Next on to the grade 2 lineup for Arrestor Messiahs.
He's so good.
This is the 1 Link Joker card that is actually offensive. One of the very, very few. Most of them are just lock, but no. This its skill is when it swings. First of all, he's the Glimmer Breath clone, but his Glimmer Breath cost is free.
It's free. He doesn't Channel Blast or Soul Blast.
It's just
placed.
Yeah, just placed. He gets 2k, so he's 11k attacker. And after he swings, you get to lock either your opponent's back row or one of your own back row. So you can legit, like, if you don't have the Sacrifice Messiah behind it, you can lock your own row.
Yeah.
And then when you swing with Amnesty or Exelix, you unlock your row, and when things unlock, they're in a standing position.
Yep.
So you get extra attacks, and he's really, really good. He's actually the reason why I can play this deck, because him by himself is it gives it a lot of offensive power, which Messiahs or Link Joker in general, other than Deleters, didn't have before. So definite 4 of. I mainly want to play him, like I said, the turn I use Universes. Yep. And just go into.
So he's pretty much your ride target, and then just to get him into.
Yeah. But also another thing, you don't want to play 2 at once.
No.
You don't want to play 2 at once because you want to save them for once every turn.
Every turn.
Yeah. Next, I play 3 Photons. I thought 4 would be too much. He's Photon. He's obviously good.
$20 card.
Yeah, I guess. When your opponent has a locked card, you play it, then you just get to lock another card
for free.
He combos with Chaos Breaker, combos with Chaos Universe. So usually I'll have 3 turns.
That way you get the whole front row locked easily.
Yeah, usually I'll have 3 turns to use this card, because once I'm on Messiah, it's useless, but I usually ride Chaos Breaker. If I have it, then I use it. Then I stride into 2 Universes, which if I have it at that time, which I probably will, I end up using them. I only need 3, don't need 4. Next is only 2 Colony Maker. I only play 2 because I only run 4 grade 1 Starvaders in this deck.
Yeah.
He's good, very, very good. It's a Paladin for Link Joker. I mainly use him to get the Zinc, the guy that soul charges.
Unflip.
That soul charges unflips.
So it pretty much just becomes Cannon Blast 1 unflip.
Like I said, if I ran more grade 1 Starvaders, I'd run 3. But because I only run 4 plus the starter, I can only fit in 2.
That's fine. Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's
and in
it.
worst case, you can actually get the crit.
Yeah, you could get the crit, which I've actually done that before, and it helps. This card is just my tech choice. Okay, this card, I run the last 2 grade 2s. It's the Monk Girl. She obviously lock a card, get plus 4k. It's mainly for my Messiah turns in case I don't have Arrestor. But I'm gonna tell you, this last spot, I had no idea what to put in. This just worked for me. You can either put in the Amber clone. You can even put in Iron, the Starvader Iron guy.
I like her better because she's free.
Yeah, she's free, and she works when you're either on Chaos Breaker or a Messiah. But still, this spot, I have no idea what to put for. I had no idea what to put for. You did this for me. It just, like I said, it mainly just synergizes with Alter Ego.
Yeah.
So that's why. But again, you can put whatever you want. Next is the grade 1 lineup, which is pretty weird. Let's do my Starvader grade 1s first. So
delimiters are self-explanatory.
Delimiters are necessary in this deck, just because of Chaos Breaker. Like, a lot of times your opponent won't let you get to 4 damage, because then you'll get a pop and draw for free, which is really, really good. So you have to run 2 of them, just in case you ride one or one is damaged,
yep.
Or you're playing against Gear Chronicle and they just like spin it. So this is obviously very good. Need to run 2 of. And this just is really good. You just, if you have a Chaos Vanguard, you put into the Soul and Soul Charge 2, Unflip 2. It's really good, not only for the unflipping, but the Soul Charge. Yeah, it helps you with your Starvaders that you can put in Soul, and also when you're on
Messiah,
Alter Ego, it doesn't even matter. So you're helping fuel that engine too. So this just fuels both the engines, and they're grade 1 Starvaders, so they synergize with Colony Maker and Chaos Breaker very, very well. Next is 3 Stride Enabler. Obvious reasons, I want to stride, and
sometimes you want to search out for Alter Ego once you're done with the universes.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's just you have to run it. It's a Stride format, so you have to run Stride Enablers. Just very simple. And then lastly, I only run 3 Sacrifice. I was running 4 before, but that didn't work for me because I only use my Messiahs on my 3rd stride.
Yeah.
So I only need to run 3. By the time that I stride 3 times, I'll have them. Well, by the time I stride my 3rd time, I'll have drawn from Chaos Breaker and I'll have drawn from just triple drive. So.
And he's really good with the Monk Girl.
Yeah. Well,
really
he's
good.
good.
Makes her 16.
Yeah, he makes the Monk Girl 16 because you get a lock. You lock itself.
Unflip 1.
And unflip 1. Yeah, it unflips. It gives +3, and it also works with Arrestor, because if you have this here and Arrestor here, after you swing, you can lock this to lock their back row, and then lock this to unflip, give +3k to something here, and then when you swing with Amnesty, these are free. So this is the formation that I try and do the most with. It's very good, and it helps me win a lot. So I run, like I said, 3 of these. Don't need to run 4. And the perfect card I chose to use was
the Unflipper card.
The Unflipper one.
Did you run into Dimensional Police or like the end at all in tournament?
No, I actually didn't. Most of my matchups were fairly easy. I played against 2 Great Natures and 2 Narakamis a lot.
Oh.
So I didn't get get screwed. But even if I was playing against DP, unless they
just lock 2 cards, you'll be fine.
Unless I just lock 2 cards, and they can't restand. If I play against like the End or the X, I mean, they're playing the End or the X. Like, nobody plays that now. They deserve it. You know. My reasoning is, you're playing that deck, you deserve it. So, it unflips. And it's just overall good for me. Even though I have a lot of unflipping engines, you can never have enough with Link Joker. Next are the triggers. 4 draws because I need the draws early game if I'm getting rushed.
You didn't want to play the one that goes into Soul?
No, because it's not a Starvader. I need the Starvaders for Chaos Breaker skill. So that's why I made sure all of my triggers are Starvaders. Just in case, like, because a lot of times when I was playtesting before, if I didn't have this specific draw, I wouldn't have things to pitch for Chaos Breaker.
Oh, okay.
So I had to do that.
The best crit ever.
Yeah. Can they see it from here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll just do this. 8 crits. Just because it's like, to just run it. Yeah. I mean, it's the meta right now.
That's the best crit right there.
Yeah, this is, if your opponent has a locked card, you put it in your deck, shuffle it, and locked a back row.
Helps out really, really well. Like late game, you put more crits back.
Yeah, and you put crits back. When in Link Joker, that my deck doesn't run a Legion, so that's why I can run this deck, because at worst, I can put him back from this with Chaos Breaker, so that's really good. Then, let's do this.
4 heals.
4 heals, because 4 heals, there's no reasoning, just you need them. And then my starter, obviously, Carbon. He helps you get the grade, the Limit Break Enabler, or the guy that soul charges. Also, what's good about him, he's a Starvader. Yeah. So when I put him in Soul, it's fuel for Chaos Breaker. So that's why I needed him.
What was who did you lose and who did you win? Who did you win?
I lost one time against Sanctuary Guard because I didn't get the Chaos Breaker. And then I proceeded to beat, the thing is, I got lucky. I didn't have any bad matchups. This deck is...
Well, the only bad matchup that you have that's at this current meta would only be Gear Chronicle.
Yes, Gears are my worst one, actually.
Kagro, but nobody plays Kagro, so you don't have to worry about that.
Absolutely.
Shadow Paladins.
No, for me, I was hoping to play Shadows because I can use Universe to help me out.
Because then you always keep one column always locked, and that always annoys me.
But when I played in the tournament, I played...
Or Messiahs.
Yeah, I played 2 Great Nature, which was free win. 2 Brawlers, where Brawlers, they tend to boost up their rear guards.
Yeah.
So if I just keep the front row locked, they don't do anything to me. So those were free wins. One, what's the guy? The Tetra?
Oh,
the Tetra deck. Blue Wave.
Blue Wave.
Yeah, the Blue Wave deck. That was another free win. Dark Face. That was a free win. And then Sanctuary Guard, which they rushed me, and I wasn't on, and I didn't have a Chaos Breaker, so that's why.
Then when you were at top 8, did you win? You won yours, right?
I ended up. Well, the thing is, Gerald and Ben, they lost. My other 2 teammates already lost to their opponents. So we already lost. So I was like, screw it, whatever. I was at 3 damage. He double critted me. So like, whatever. We already lost. So that was mainly it. But the deck is very good and very. I made it as consistent as it possibly can be. I know one of your teammates doesn't believe in the build too much.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But it works. It works for me. I know he's probably not going to see it, but it works, bud. So
no, he will see. He'll see it. He'll see it. He won't listen to you, and he will argue with you.
Okay, it's fine. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you for the deck profile. Yep. This is actually your second time topping at Atlanta, right? Because I remember you topped,
I
2 years ago. Back 2 years. You won last time.
Yeah, I won last time I played, and this time I top 8'd. But I really wanted to scrub out this one because I do too well at these events. So if I scrub out, I can know I do better next event. Because now I'm probably gonna scrub out next event, so it's whatever. But yeah. I guess I just get lucky that I don't get like sacked at these things.
Yeah.
That's mainly it.
Yeah.
The players aren't even that great. It's mainly just getting through the rounds.
You tend to fight easy people like the first 5 rounds, but then like the next 2 rounds is when you like see the real people.
Yeah, exactly. But I just successful trip, so I'm glad.
All right. So it wasn't a waste.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you, Joey.
That's
you got the Chaos Universe Messiah deck profile. Signing off.
Sweet.